Hello, welcome to Fancy Crafts. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get started here. I mixed up 30 grams of A and, or 32 grams of A and 30 grams of B in this little cup. So I'm just going to put half of it in the one cup. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have this green mica powder. I'll show you what it does not give the color of green. And I just grabbed a nice little amount. We'll start with that, see how it looks. I might have to add just a little bit more. Okay, I am going to add just a little bit more to it. So another scoop. I'm hoping that you guys can see that. I'm going to move it up just a little bit. Okay, that's much better. So that's what we have on that. And I have orange and lemon yellow. So those are the other two colors that I am going to be using. I am doing only a little bit in there, like a half of the little scoop of orange for right now, and I'll set it aside. And then I'm gonna do that much of the yellow. Oh, I think that's good. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm happy with the color because I didn't want it to be just yellow and that, and I didn't want it a bright orange, so it kind of made it that. And this is the sticker I'm going to be using, so I am going to be using that sticker, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. Here I am dropping it down the edge of it. Let me go ahead and just scrape that down in so we're not losing that. I will clean up my mess afterwards. Not a big deal. Okay, with this one, you didn't need quite as much. Let me go ahead and clean my mess up a little bit. We'll let this set up, and actually, I think I might even bring another mold in. Let me just get the hairs and stuff off of the top. And I'm just going to do that. So I'm bringing this up just a little bit so you guys can see this. Because I believe I have enough for another. No point of wasting it. And of course, I will go ahead and clean these up a little bit. Bring my garbage can closer to me. And like I said, I will clean these up. We'll let these set up a little bit, and I will be back for the next step, and I will find something else that kind of matches the one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it in this one now or if I want to still put it in that one. I guess I'll decide once I find another sticker, and we'll just go from there. So, alrighty. Okay, I am back. I went ahead and mixed the yellow and green together to get this green here for this heart because I had extra epoxy and I did not want to waste it. So I went ahead and did that. Now, for this one right here, we're going to use it on the bigger one. So I'm just going to place it down in when I'm ready for that. Okay, this one here, I'm going to place on the heart. And the reason why I'm placing it down now in this one here, I am going to place right on this one. The reason why I'm doing those ones and not this one right at the moment, you can see how this one sticks up. So, anyways, let me go ahead and just get this. I'm just going to place it right over the butterfly. Okay. And let me go ahead and just get this where it needs to be. And if I need to add any more, I'll let that settle for a minute. And I'll let that one settle. It looks like this one might need just a little bit more. So I will just add a little bit more to it. I would definitely want to have enough for this one. So it looks like it is good. All right, now I am going to place just a little bit in the center. And get it to come out on the sides. So I have enough. And then I will add the rest once I get my bee in there. Okay. So I am just going to go ahead and place him right down in. I want to make sure that he is down in there. and as less bubbles as I can get. I will push the bubbles out once I get this. Okay. Whoops, I'll clean up my mess there. All right, now I'll just make sure that there are no bubbles. And try centering this as much as possible. I'm just going to use my tool to do that. Now let me just turn it around. So about right in there. Okay, it needs to come this way just a little bit. So let me go ahead and about right in there. You can also do it with a measuring stick, but I'm not going to do that with this one today. Okay, so there is that, and it is in there. Okay, so that, and I'll just make sure the bubbles have popped. I did put this in the degasser before I did this to get as many of the bubbles out as I can, and go from there. But there you guys have that. I am gonna go ahead and let this cure up, and then I will be back with my colors that I am gonna be using, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm back for the last step. So I am going to do Interference Green mica powder by Let's Resin. And I did 3 scoops of it, and I'll set it aside. And that's what that looks like, but I am going to add some white pearl and that's what it looks like. I'm going to start off with 1 scoop and see what we get with that. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that color, but I am going to add a little bit of the lemon yellow. Just 1 scoop of it for right now and see what we get with that, because I don't want it to be too dark. No, I'm quite pleased with that right there. I think that'll look rather nice. I will show you on my stick. So it's really pale, and I think that'll be just perfect for these. I'm just gonna mix it real good. And I am going to start off with this one right here. Okay. Make sure I get them evened out. And let that even out, and I'll do the same with this one. And then I will go on to this one. Because I don't want to overflow them. Get it flowed back over. And then I will just add just a little bit more on the ends on this one. A little bit more on that one. And there you have it. And I will let it go like that. And there you guys have it. I'll be back to demold these in the morning after they have set up to show you what we get out of them. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, good morning. I am back. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. And here we go. They are ready to demold. I'm just gonna, I don't know what that is. Oh, I'm gonna flip them over and we'll do them all here in a minute. Okay, and I just flip my molds back over so that they're not getting ruined. All right, with the heart, I've noticed, because sometimes it's harder down in here to grab, but with this mold here, I noticed the top is a lot easier right in the fold of the heart to get this one to loosen up. And I'm just gonna get each corner off, and it's very simple and easy to pull off, just like that. And then I just flip them back over. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with this one. Oh, look how pretty it is. There was a little bit of extra over the edge there, but you can't really notice it. But I am very happy with that. Here's the edges. But yeah, because it sits down in the mold and it actually goes around the butterfly just perfect. Okay, there's that one. Do the bee next. Oh, look at that. I don't think I could have picked any better colors for this. Look how pretty that is. Here's the edges. I'm very pleased with that. And then the last one. Okay, so we have a little bit of this one here. It went over the top and kind of messed it up right there. Now, however that it did that, I will show you guys what I do with something like this. So I'm going to set this one aside, and since it did it just a very little right there, I'm going to just do both of these. So let me mix up a little bit of resin and show you an easy fix. And you don't need very much. All right, I'll do all right, 25 grams of A, and this is the resin I'm using. Actually, it's got 28 in there, and since it did 28, we'll do 25. And here is the B. All right, good enough. And then I will just slowly mix it up. Let me come back in a minute after I get this mixed up. Okay, I am back. And we are just going to pour right over top. You don't need very much. I will have a little extra. I'll do something else with that in a bit, but I just don't want to not have enough. And I'm just getting it out on the edges. I might have to add just a little bit more. All right, and then we'll just let it kind of self-level, and I'll do the same with this one. I might have to add just a little more. I don't want too much in there because this is got the lip down in for people to use, or anybody to use for jewelry or whatever they want to use it for. It just makes a nice little trinket container, an open container to sit on a dresser or in an office or whatever. You could use it for anything, just to look at, just whatever. Okay, so there is that, and just letting them settle in, and then I'm just gonna come in and hit it. This one I'm gonna work up and in, there we go. And then I'm just gonna come in and hit it with the heat gun, or the little lighter, torch, whatever you wanna call it. And there you guys have it. And then they're fixed. All it's gotta do is just set up, and it fixed the little spot that was bad on it. Okay guys, it's that simple, but there you guys go, some beautiful pieces, and I will catch you guys on the next live. Bye.